Alright guys, it's that time of the week again, back for another episode of the Autistic YT Podcast Show, here across my YouTube channel, and of course Spotify. And today this is part 2 of Welcome to the Show. So today's co-host is, third co-host is of course Joey. Welcome Joey. How you doing, man?
Thanks. I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Good. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm good. So, if any of you listened to the first podcast, two previous co-hosts, who's not here today, unfortunately, was Happy Elf and Sloth, which unfortunately not here, so very disappointment, like so. But yeah, for this episode, we're just going to be like talking about like the Rec Room community and just like talking about whatever's on our minds for, well, depends how long we go on for, because the first episode went on for about 45 minutes at least for the first episode, which was surprisingly quite well. So yeah, what do you want to talk about today anyway, Joey?
Let's see. Let's talk about what's going on in Rec Room, kind of like a Rec Room news thing. Like
Oh
what's
yeah,
been going on
sure.
in Rec Room lately.
Oh well, I can't really think of nothing really, because I don't really go on Rec Room that much now. I really
I've been
don't.
taking little breaks too. Like mostly I've been just playing Beat Saber because recently I got custom songs in Beat Saber and I've just been going on that
Ooh.
non-stop and it's awesome. I
Mm.
got custom sabers and custom songs. Not custom avatars yet, but they'll be here soon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because with this pandemic, like it's got to be about to be finished now at some point or another. So that means people are getting out and about. Um, Less people coming onto the gaming world now, and it's amazing to see people get out and like or to all like try different games, because sticking to one game, although it's quite fun, it can be a bit too stressful. I mean, but I love if I wish I was on PC, like you are. But unfortunately, I'm on PlayStation, so I don't really have the custom songs available. But that would be absolutely awesome. Like, I mean, imagine doing like a 20-minute song in Beat Saber.
Yeah, no, there's really crazy maps. Like, you know how, like, when you're playing just regular Beat Saber on, PlayStation, and the lights kind of, like, flicker on the beat or whatever?
Hmm.
There's some things, you know how they, say, like, a seizure warning?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, I have a few maps in Beat Saber that, literally, God, the whole map is just colors that you've never even seen before. It's crazy, man. And you know how the walls, right? How they look. You can't go into them, and you'll lose.
Yeah, I think so.
Someone made the Mario level out of that, and
Oh
which
damn.
is really interesting. Yeah, and it's really crazy. And I was just surprised, and I was like, wow, how long did this take to make?
Oh my gosh, that's absolutely amazing. I mean, I did come across at one point. Oh, someone wants an invite, so I'm fighting them in, like so. I remember at one point, someone uploaded a video of them playing Beat Saber, but it was a Shrek movie, and it was actually the whole movie. And you know what? Yeah, I was actually quite surprised. Like, he actually did the whole movie, and like since the movie goes on for like about almost an hour and a half, like it's just spectacular. I mean, this guy has the courage to do this, and he did it like on a live stream, like I think it was Twitch. I think it was. I'm just thinking, whoever made this, it was just awesome. But
Right.
I guess what I'm trying to ask you, and what I'm trying to say is, would you actually play Shrek the movie on Beat Saber?
To be honest, I don't know if I could do the whole thing, but I'd like to see it, and if I'm really into it, then just maybe.
Mm. Alright. Okay, so let's go back let's go come to Rec Room anyway, the Rec Room community, because I spoke to Happy Elf and Sedate Sloth a little bit about the Rec Room community before in the first episode. What are your thoughts on the Rec Room community at the moment?
Let's see. Um, well, of course, very toxic because there's all the little kids in here. And are you asking? Are you also? Did you? Can't talk. Do you also want to know my opinion on it, or?
Yeah, your opinion, yeah, like truthfully.
My opinion. Well, when I first started, it was better because I started around December or November in 2018,
Mm,
and especially then, it had a little bit less players. I had a lot less players actually, and
definitely a lot
and
less.
yeah, and back then there's not as much couples in Rec Room, and a bunch of fake depressed kids that we all have now, and mirror couples, which is really annoying because back then, the mirror in the rec center, it used to be right next to the where you click to go to your dorm room, the
Oh,
door
that was
to go to
annoying
your dorm room,
actually.
and I liked it only because because about then that's when couples started doing that. They would look at each other in the mirror, and sometimes they would grab each other. They would try to like pat each other's heads or something, and they would
Mm.
grab the door.
Mm.
And I thought that was hilarious.
Oh damn! I don't think I remember that. I mean, I remember when every time you just like come from your dorm to head into the rec center, there'll be like a lot of people. Well, pretty much, um,
Right
crowding
in
around
front of the
the,
door.
yeah, and it's just like awkward to like move out the way because they are
Hmm.
just standing next to the mirror, and he's just absolutely like, no, just don't, no, 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 man. Just don't move out the
Right.
way, please. I mean,
Right.
I'm glad they moved the mirror. They did when they had the chance, like so, because it is a lot more better. Seriously, it's a lot more better, like so.
Right.
I mean, the only thing that's changed now is that f- two or three of the I think I'm gonna say deaths anyway because they're probably the ones with the maker pen and I knew more knowledge about the game and like so. Uh,
Right.
they've been updating this rec center a little bit with different season vibes. I mean, they did it for Valentine's, they did it for St. Patrick's Day, which is absolutely amazing. Like so. But yeah, before we do get any further through into this podcast, uh, my other co-host has finally joined the studio. Queen,
Hello.
welcome, Queen. How you doing, man?
Not bad. How are you, Autistic?
I'm doing great, thank you. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the fourth and final uh, co-host for the show, for which hopefully you'll be hearing Joey, Queen, or Happy Elf or State Sloth throughout the podcasts. You won't hear them perhaps all the time on each every episode due to like busy schedules like so, or because I'm going to be doing some independently like so. But yeah, welcome anyway, Queen.
Thank
as
you for having
always,
me.
you're welcome. So yeah, me and Joe were just talking a little bit about the Rec Room community, and
Okay.
what we love to know is what I'd love to know is what are your thoughts on the Rec Room community as well?
Well, In my opinion, I think the Requiem community is a great community, as all communities should be. It's got very helpful people if you need any help, and great moderators in case something bad happens, just like Mama Monkey and other moderators like that. And although there are some people who obviously aren't the nicest people, and like, let's say during a PvP, they might be very toxic. Well, it's natural, it's a PvP, you're competitive, but sometimes it gets out of hand.
Oh yeah, true.
And that could lead to mishaps and causing people to get banned.
Oh yeah, true. Well, my thoughts on the Requiem community. Friendly, but toxic at the same time, to be honest. Big time. So, moving on from the Requiem community, I want to talk about Shark Boy and Smoxic. Now, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Talking to me?
Yeah, it's both of you. What are your thoughts on Smoxic and Shark Boy?
Shark Boy? Okay, well, are you talking about the one that quit Requiem?
Yes.
Well, me and him have a lot of history in the past. So, me and him were really good friends. And every night, me, him, and another, he's kind of a popular builder now. His name is Dwalin. And all three of us, every single night, we'd always do movie night. We would always put on a movie, and we would just watch together every night. We'd say, alright, like right before we start the movie, we'd always be like, alright, boys, you got your snacks? And we'd always name each other's snacks one by one. And we used to do that every night when it was summer. And out of nowhere, I'm getting busy with IRL stuff. And
Did she show?
Shark Boy I get busy with IRL stuff, and I can't do that as much anymore. And Shark Boy gets pissed off at me, and he replaces me with someone else.
If.
And Dwalin was mad. Dwalin's very chill. He's a really cool guy. He still is. And sorry. Shark Boy just got mad, and I go up to him in Rec Center after a few days, and he kept calling me a simp. Kept calling me names. I was like, okay, I'm done with this. And they told me he got banned permanently, and honestly, I'm not, I'm a little bit happy. Listen, I'm not saying I don't want to start anything with Shark Boy. It's just that I don't get why he was getting all mad for me doing things IRL. That's all.
No.
But yeah.
But we're not choosing sides anyway, that's for sure. We're not choosing sides. I just want to know your thoughts. Yeah. You guys have thoughts on this. I don't want any of you choosing sides because it doesn't seem really nice. So I don't want to get into the Parliament side of things next because we're not like the BBC, the BBC Parliament. What about you, Graham? What are your thoughts on this whole?
Well, to be honest, I don't really have any opinions on them because, well, I haven't really had anything to do with them, so I don't really have an opinion.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess my opinion is, I have a conspiracy theory. Alright, hear me out. Yeah, I haven't told no one this because I want to say, but I don't want to say at the same time. But I reckon Shark Boy and Smoxit are clearly in love with each other.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's obvious. I mean, it's like a soap TV show. Like, two people argue, and then at some point they start to fall in love with each other. So it's obviously clear they got to admit their love to each other and just like say, "Why? Let's just go on a date, you know? Just screw it." I mean, I can see it happening.
Yeah, who knows? Probably homosexual. Who knows?
Probably. I mean, but yeah, to be honest, I think this whole YouTube drama is just got out of hand, to be honest.
I haven't been. I don't get into YouTube drama. I just lay back. That's why my upload schedule is literally my upload schedule for YouTube. The last time I had a video was probably a year ago, but the last time I live streamed was a couple months ago.
So that's just why to be honest, I'm glad I'm part of the YouTube community, because I'd rather not get in a competition with other YouTubers, like, to be racing against, like, subscribers, because it just leads to anger, and it's just, where did that get you in life? Like, violence is definitely not the way. I mean, even 2020 was hectic as well. I mean,
To be honest, I really like 2020. Like, listen, Corona kind of saved my life, because if Corona didn't happen, I'd be going to public school. Now I'm homeschooled and I'm loving it.
How about you, Green, for 2020?
Well, for 2020, it wasn't the best, to be honest.
No.
Well, I had to stay at home, not fun. But it made me actually think about, like, what is actually happening with the world. Questioning what we're doing is wrong, i.e. with global warming. And due to the fact that, as we were in a lockdown, not as much pollution, it was slowly bringing back animals. But as we are starting to come out of the lockdown, I think that it will end up picking up again on that pollution factor. But to be honest, as we've seen, we've managed to, well, majority of the world, Karens, as people call them, who think global warming isn't real. Personally, I think that's a bit of BS.
You can swear if you like.
And it is, okay, it's a bit bullshit.
Alright.
And it's really real, and we really need to wake up, to be honest. Because we're, the parents of this world aren't going to be around in the next few generations. It's our planet now, and if we don't do something, it will be messed up. And the world will slowly deteriorate to the point where we can't save it. Seawater's risen to the point where we can't stop it. Half of Asia is going to be flooded, pretty much. England is going to be half flooded. Pretty much all
It's okay.
half the Asian islands, i.e. Indonesia, are going to be completely flooded. They're not going to be nowhere else. Causing mass migration, causing overpopulation in major cities, causing more pollution, and it's all a chain event, to be honest. And so with this, sorry for ranting on, but what's helped us understand is with this lockdown and this disease, is that it's helped us understand. We basically took a step back, basically. Stopped everything and looked.
I feel like we haven't
what's
took a step
happening.
back here. I mean, people are still killing people as well in the streets. I mean,
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Trying to go green to save the earth. Like, in order to go green, like, really lot, you need people to stop flying planes, people to stop, like, driving to work, and just, like, encourage them to walk instead, because which to be honest, I'm glad. I want to try and do more walking, because now we are starting to see longer days during the evenings. It's going to give me the opportunity to, like, walk it to work and back, like, because it's only a 40-minute walk to my work and back home, so it's like 80-minute walk altogether. It's just, but we've still got, like, the other problems that's going on in the world, like, you know, like all these protests, or like there's like a new thing coming through. Asians' lives matters. Don't know how that managed to arose, but it did now. Obviously, you got like about men being on curfew, perhaps like for Wales in the UK, like so, but it did make women feel safer at night in the streets. And to be honest, I don't think I think there's probably more problems to be worrying about like all these laws before starting to worry about the earth as well. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like this is starting to turn into like LBC, like leading Britain's conversation.
Yeah.
Another main issue is over-farming, deforestation, and cattle,
Oh yes.
well, general animal livestock. Because 90% of our pollution is livestock. The other 10 is cars, planes, boats.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's
Cutting down
outbound.
wildlife. I mean, to be honest, that's like houses being built every day in the UK, like everywhere, because for like all these, well, I don't want to get like, I don't want this to make this to sound offensive, but I mean the immigration problem that comes through for like Kent and like Dover in the UK. I mean, thousands of illegal immigrants come into the country, and it's just not enough room, and somehow Boris still allows them to stay, and it's just what's happening with the law. I mean, still talking a little bit about the UK now, a little bit. I mean, I was watching Russell Howard, Good News, Russell Howard Hour, and he was talking about a little bit about Boris Johnson, and apparently it took the government 6 months after, 6 months into the pandemic to prepare for the pandemic.
The government really need to get their act together.
Well, to be honest, I think Boris
this
needs to
whole
go.
world needs to get their act together.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
every country is really messed up. Especially North Korea and China. Especially China at the beginning of the pandemic, because every time you'd order, for the US, every time you'd order something from China, it would take months to get here. Because I think when the pandemic first started, something was going on with China and USA. I forgot what it was, but it was something.
The whole UK, all the governments need to realise what they're doing as well, because they put in the whole country, all their own countries at risks, like, because these governments have like one thing, they have weapons, citizens don't, like, of a country, we all just say armless. So if they get into an argument with another country, one government does, and that other country starts like planning nuke on the other country, then the rest of the people are going to get blamed for, and before you know it, we're going to die. And for what reason? It's like school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One student one student does something wrong, and the whole class gets put into detention for it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like one country does. Yeah, for us, it's like one country does something wrong. The whole world's dead.
Yeah, pretty much. This is why. I think to be.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Queen.
Sorry, but I'm also with the topic of the world. Like, it's been shown through the centuries that America is such a big part of just the world's economy and the growth of it, because, like, as during the Great Depression, it basically affected the whole world. As shown, Britain was definitely one of the worst. The only thing that brought Britain and the other countries out was World War II because it gave them jobs to do. I joined the army, make guns, weapons, stuff like that. And if something like that happens again, like, we need something like backup plans.
Oh yeah,
Because
big
if something
time.
Yeah.
like the Great Depression happens again.
Yeah, I found something really funny on Google.
Alright.
And you know how when you asking something, or no, when you type something on Google and then you scroll down a little bit, it's like usually with something on your laptop or something, and there's like different questions that have been asked, and you can like look at those questions.
Yeah.
I was doing an essay about World War I last week, and one of the questions was, when is World War III gonna be here? It says in 2055. It said in 2055. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh, I'm still gonna
God.
be alive at the time.
I'll be
I put that on my
57.
story, actually. I put that in my story. I think. Remember? Did you see that on my story actually?
No.
Yeah. It said like 2054 to 2055. I'll have to look it up.
I'm not gonna lie, but I'll be
But it's
57
funny.
then.
I thought it was funny.
I will be.
Wow.
I'll still be in. Then I'll be in my 40s probably.
Yeah.
Man. Oh well.
I'll be in my early 40s.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Probably
before you
the
know
same
it,
here,
I'll
'cause
be
I'm
like an
only
old man
14 now,
next, with
so-
hair growing out my ears, and then I'll be saying, "What's that green? What's that cherry? That's a big
I'm
cup."
gonna be the type of old man to have a mullet. I'm gonna be the first 70-year-old with a mullet.
Oh no!
I want to see how I look. I already have a mullet now.
You imagine what it'd be like for
See how I look in the future.
you imagine what it'd be like for not us elderly people, but like, you know, when you have kids of your own, you imagine what they would be like when they hit an elderly age, and you mention them like boogling away to like songs from like 50 years from now, and they say, "I remember this song from 21,000."
Like, songs these days are gonna be so much, so, how do I say it? So different from when we're around about 50 to 70 years of age. Like,
They will.
oh, I remember, what's this music? Back in my day, we didn't have this taste. I had this
When-
thing called a rap.
We had Justin Bieber
Yeah.
back in our day, and the fans. I remember
Oh.
something.
Yeah, I saw this one video. It was saying 2050. I saw this video like a few months ago. It was saying about Fortnite. It was like this little kid, and it was saying taking into place the year 2050 something, and it was like, hey dad, like what son? He's like, there's this new update in Fortnite. It's gonna take us all the way back to season 3. Like the original season 3, and the dad just froze. And fell over.
Lol. I thought you was going to probably talk about a song saying "fuck 2020." I mean, not gonna lie, that's actually a song by Scooter. And they
There's
even,
actually, you know that one
God.
song? It's called like "Fuck Donald Trump" or something. It came out like right after he became president or something.
"fuck Donald Trump." Fuck Donald
It's just all these
Trump.
black guys just yelling. It's like, "Fuck Donald Trump." I was like, what? This is a song?
Hey, you'd be weird. You'd be
What
surprised
kind
what
of
gets
song is
songs
that?
out. You'd be surprised what gets out now for songs.
Oh yeah, especially these TikTok songs. TikTok songs are going crazy. Especially
Oh, I
'cause, like
can't
they were
stand
originally released. I like TikTok for the memes, dude. They post some pretty good memes, and stop beating your meat over there.
No, it's Rogers, ready? There once was a ship that
Oh.
put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy
The
O.T.
name of the ship was a Billy O.T. The wind blew harder, bound it down and below my Billy Boys go.
What's the name of the song again?
So,
Well,
Y'all are
man.
British.
Well,
Y'all are
man,
both British,
English
and I'm over
fluency
here
and we'll-
just
One
USA.
day when taking it down, we'll take a loop.
I listen to Truckers
What's it called
FM.
again?
Hit the one.
I listen.
Wellerman.
Yeah. I listen
Wello,
to.
man.
Yeah, listen to the remix. It's better.
Another great sea shanty would definitely be Leave Her Johnny.
I listen to like Irish songs, like Irish pub drinking songs. As I was taken over. Weirdly enough, yeah, not gonna lie, yeah, I listen to Irish songs and Scottish songs, like backbite music, you know? Is that weird? Even though I come from
like
England.
bagpipe music. Bagpipe music isn't actually too bad.
Scotland the
making a
Brave,
plan
yeah. It's
right
okay.
now.
I mean, Scotland the Brave, I love that song. I absolutely love that song, Scotland the Brave. It's one of the best songs ever made from Scotland. So, if anyone listening to my podcast that comes from Scotland, you have good bagpipe music, and I love you for that. Literally, I love you for that. Seriously. I mean, then again, there's always been some weird English number ones, like British number ones. I mean, 1993, for Christmas number one, Mr. Blobby.
What?
Yep. That reached number one in the Christmas charts. Another one.
Wrong with the Brit?
Another one, yeah. And apparently Eminem was so pissed off about this. You know Bob the Builder?
Be Eminem.
You know Bob
Yeah.
the Builder, Mambo number 5?
Oh my god.
No, actually not. No, not Mambo number 5. Can We Fix It? You know the music video for that?
Yeah.
That reached number one in the charts, and that beat Purple Hills by D12. And apparently Eminem was so pissed off about that.
I would be too.
But then again, there's also
Yeah,
another
that's
one, yeah. There's also another one, yeah. There's a song, yeah, by Madonna, and the song's called "The Wheels on the Bus," and that also got to number one.
Really?
Yeah, such a people don't believe it.
Searches up on YouTube, just comes up with a child song with the wheels on the bus go
No.
around.
It has a different vibe to it. It has like the song, yeah, was performed on Top of the Pops, and it showed a bunch of adults dancing to it. Because it was a number one song. Like, it went like, the wheels on the bus goes round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus goes round and round, round and round and round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and down all day long. Like, it had a catchy beat to it as well, which I liked it, you know. But it was just weird, like, that it hit the number one charts as well. But then again, us British people, we've always been weird for number ones.
I guess.
But there was one song though that did manage to push out the old number one song, which I think this song managed to stay in the charts for about 18 weeks. So this is like the top number one long. I forgot the song name, but that means the second longest running number one song in the UK is "Wet Wet Wet." Love Is All Around.
Oh my god.
And that stayed in the charts for 16 weeks. 16 bloody weeks. At number
That's
one.
like 16 weeks.
Yes.
My god, that's like over 10 days.
Even Meatloaf stayed in the charts for about 13 or 14 weeks. Same with like Everything I Do It For You by Bryan Adams. Because that was also number one. But then again,
Prince got weird songs.
but then again, it's not just weird songs. You also got like long songs that go on for like 10 minutes. I mean,
Especially all of Meatloaf songs.
Oh,
They always
yeah.
go on to like 15. Yeah, they're long songs.
they go roughly averagely between 6 to 10 minutes at least. But then again, I grew up listening to trance songs that like went on to about 8 minutes, so I'm kind of used to it. But what is the longest song that you guys ever came across with?
7
A
minutes.
10-hour.
Wait, an
10
hour?
hours.
10 hours? Jesus
10
Christ,
hours.
what is it you came across?
No, I think that's
No, just kidding.
that's just a
Yeah,
that's
it's
just a
just a
song
loop.
on loop for 10 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, you know that one video, the epic sax guy, like, dun, 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 dun.
I don't know that one. I'm sorry, I do not know that one.
Yeah, it's funny because KSI made a video of that. And it's just-
Oh
you know
yeah, I
KSI,
saw
right?
that.
Yeah, and he gets up in like
in that
he
gold
gets up in a full-
outfit.
Yeah, in the full gold outfit, it just goes. No, it's
Yeah.
funny.
I kind of want.
All right. Fucking.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had a school tomorrow, Queen.
Yeah.
LOL, lie down.
Actually, I think it's half 10 for us for the UK.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Queen, you said you came across the 7-minute song. What's the song you came across?
Wings. I forgot who it was by.
I thought I
The
heard
longest
that
song
song.
I came by was one of Meatloaf's songs. Just that one is like it was like 18 minutes long or 15 minutes. It was one of them.
The one that's 18 minutes long is Empire of the Clouds by Iron Maiden.
Huh.
And that's the longest song
Actually, I think the
recorded by
longest
Iron
song
Maiden.
the longest song is like those probably like the those symphony songs where like there's like over like
I'm
50
turning
people
it
playing like
off.
different instruments.
Hmm. Oof, I think Queen had to go, so...
Yeah, it
oof.
looks like he was trying to make a centipede.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, unfortunately Queen had to go. But... Queen was making a plant, he was, which absolutely looks amazing, which, if you guys want to see, the plant, it will be on my Instagram. And, of course, my Twitter. Which, if you want to check out my Instagram, you can. It's at the Autistic YouTuber, like so. Which this plant, it looks absolutely fantastic, like so. And it's just uploading, so I'm just gonna. I think. Oh yep, it's shared. It managed to share into like that. Got slow internet, you know. But okay, longest film. What's the longest film you ever seen?
Lord of the Rings, the extended version, 5 hours long.
Oh Jesus Christ, they are so long. Absolutely.
No, but there's a documentary. There's a documentary that's 10 hours long.
Holy what? Holy shit! Jesus Christ!
Yeah, but the longest movie I've ever seen was Lord of the Rings.
Oh damn!
The extended version, of course.
Oh damn! I think for me, I can't. I think for me, it has to be coming across. Will have to be Cleopatra.
How long is that movie?
That goes on for about almost 5 hours. And that was released by 20th Century Fox, weirdly enough, which came out in like the 60s. So basically it's a big massive Hollywood film it was, and it took like about 2 or 3 years to film. And it had, it was just, I got it on DVD, and it comes in like 3 discs, because it splits into 2 on the discs, which is like, it's an iconic film. I recommend watching it. But it's a bit too long, to be honest, which I'm But speaking of long films, I'm trying to get through Snyder's Justice League at the moment, which goes on for 4 hours.
Right. Yeah, the second longest movie I've ever seen was Titanic. You know, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio? I think it's like 3 hours and something minutes.
Oh yeah, that's definitely long
Like
as
3 hours
well.
and 14 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the second longest film I managed to watch successively is definitely The Green Mile. That goes on for just over 3 hours. Good film. Definitely worth watching if you haven't seen that one, Joey. Definitely. I mean, what about shortest film?
Shortest film?
Yeah, like... Or perhaps like a good film. What's like a good film you've ever come across?
Like my favorite movie, maybe?
Yeah.
Grown Ups. There's Adam Sandler, Kevin Spade,
Cameron Boyce.
Kevin Spade. Sorry, David Spade. Yeah, Cameron Boyce. I mean, he's not really funny in the movie, but...
Well,
I mean,
the late
he's in the
Cameron
movie,
Boyce
though.
anyway. The late Cameron Boyce, because he's unfortunately passed away. So sad.
Yeah.
It was that was devastating to him when he passed away, you know, because I seen him in Mirrors.
I've seen him in that one show, Jesse.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
I've
probably
seen
his
that.
biggest role.
Yeah, that was. Along with Grown Ups next. But weirdly enough, yeah, I think he probably played in Mirrors before he did Jesse, because he looked so young in Mirrors. And he had Kiefer Sutherland in it, like from 24.
Mm-hmm.
But not gonna lie, there are some messed up films that really fucked up my head big time. Like we're talking Species, Snakes on a Plane, Blade 2. That was another one that definitely fucked up my head big time.
I know you love that movie. That's the one. That's your favorite Marvel movie, right? Or
Yeah,
the Blade series.
Yeah, pretty much. Even though it tormented me, it's gonna be the biggest highlight of out of my film collection, to be honest. Like always, no matter what.
Right.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, Grown Ups is definitely a fantastic film. I mean, especially the second one.
Most of the best comedians. Yeah, all of them. I mean, the second one is okay, but I think I like the first one better because in the second one they don't have Rob Schneider in it. Because the first one they had Adam Sandler, David Spade, Kevin. God damn it, I forgot his name. Kevin James, Chris Rock.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, I mean, the reason I love the second one is because there's a meatloaf joke happened in the second film, and it's kind of funny. Like, the dude that played Paul Platt in a Mall Cop film, I forgot his name, the actor's name. But he was dressed up as Meatloaf, yeah, and he had a fanny pack. It looked like a fanny pack he was wearing, yeah. But really, it was a rafter that where you pull it open, a raft comes out, a rafter boat. And when you pulled it open, it said, "Like a rafter in hell."
Oh, in Grown Ups?
Yeah.
And he like busted. Oh yeah, that's in the second movie, I think.
That's why I always loved the second film. It was a reference to Battle of Hell, the song. I mean,
it is pretty funny.
I mean, yeah, but weirdly enough, yeah, some people don't know why Meatloaf is actually called Meatloaf.
How come he is? Like, how come that is his name? Like, where did he get it from?
Well, it was pretty much his nickname that he got given from his gym coach when he was a kid, and of course his alcoholic father, because of his weight. Because he was quite
he was
chubby.
probably really fat back then. They called him Meatloaf.
Yeah, that's why he got. That's why always all his bullies as well also called him Meatloaf, and then he just used it as a stage name. Because it's obviously his real name is Mark Willie A-Day. But not gonna lie, yeah, I was doing research last night on some of these iconic icon and stars. Clint Eastwood Guess how old he is?
Uh, how old?
I think he's 90 years old. 90 years old.
Really?
Yes.
Because I remember, he played Dirty Harry, and he did look 40, and that was back in the 70s, and he did look like around 40 at the time.
Yep, he's 90 years old now.
Really? Yeah, one of the producers, I think the director, Dad, have you seen the movie Good, Bad, and the Ugly? It came out around in the 60s.
Yes.
The director for that movie died last year. No, he died back in 2019, I think. Either him or one of the producers.
No, I think it was definitely the director, definitely. I think so, I don't know. But not gonna lie, yeah, all these iconic film stars that we probably heard of or seen while growing up as a kid, they are all so old now. Like, they're in like their 80s, like between the 50s to the 60s, 70s or 80s. I mean, Liam Neeson is in his 50s. I mean...
Well, yeah. He is getting pretty old. What's his name? Kurt Russell. You know who Kurt Russell is, right?
Oh, yeah. He played in The Hateful Eight.
No, yeah, but he was, have you seen, you know a show called Gilligan's Island?
I've heard of it, I think. But I never watched it.
There's an episode where this jungle boy is on the island that everyone else is on, and that's Kurt Russell.
Oh, nice.
He's the little boy.
To be honest,
now he was in a Christmas movie and Christmas Chronicles. Yeah, he played Santa in there. He was really good at it, man. Really good.
I mean, some shows or films we don't get in the UK to what you get in the US. I mean, it was like with the this TV series. I don't know if you heard of it. Ghost Wars.
Never heard of it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try and explain a little bit then. It had Avon in it from the guy that played back in Victorious. He was in the show, and Meatloaf was in it as well, which that was the only reason I really wanted to watch the show, because of Meatloaf in it. And when I realised Avon was in it, I was thinking, okay, I definitely want to watch. And the only way to watch it was on Netflix in the UK, to be honest. But it was also being shown on, apparently it was being shown on Sci-Fi in America. So, because it was a Sci-Fi original series, and I'm thinking, okay, how come it doesn't air in the UK? Because some shows get shown on, like films get shown on Sci-Fi in America, but yeah, here in the UK, they do show films, but they show crappy B movies. And like a bunch of Star Trek shows, and it's just annoying. I mean, I managed... They showed the Banana Splits movie during the day on Sci-Fi in America. Why can't they do that here?
I don't know.
But still, it was very nice though to see the Banana Split in action.
Yeah, I was getting jealous because you told me that you're on Netflix. Y'all have a bunch of other good shows that America doesn't. Like, you have Friends on your Netflix. That's really the only thing I want on my Netflix, but I don't have it.
So it's the only mature thing that we're starting to get now. Well, the only mature content we see during the daytime is basically the movie packages. That's part of the Sky Television, and along with some Sky channels, which during the day are the Sky Atlantic. Yeah, you won't know it anyway. But they're showing The Sopranos at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Dexter as well. Roy Donovan, and of course Game of Thrones before 8 p.m. And like it's kind of amusing because they showed it like 12 p.m. at one point, like during the midday, and it's just amazing. Like I just wish we could be more like America, to show more mature content during the day, because it would be just kind of cool. Just like, even just perhaps, like, I don't know, slap on a parental control pin where kids cannot not access the channel without parents' permission. Because I love to actually just come across to watch like the Banana Splits and sci-fi, and I'd just be happy, you know. But then again, it's down to America. Like, a lot of these films are made in America, so I guess you lot will have all these better films.
We have some pretty good films. I can admit that that's what America is known for. We have amazing films.
Yes.
British land, or I'm sorry, England, London, whatever it's called.
Just say
Y'all
British.
have some pretty good TV shows. You British people.
We good for British programs. We are. We are fantastic for British programs, but films we're definitely not.
You have a few good ones. I wish I could name some off the top of my head, but I can't.
Okay, I'm gonna name a few
But, like,
sitcoms. Open All Hours. It's based in a shop. Okay, Dinner Ladies, Mrs. Brown's Boys. Okay, if you definitely haven't seen Mrs. Brown's Boys, you need to watch it. Seriously, you would definitely.
Mr. Bean.
Yes, Mr. Bean. An iconic one. I can do him. You know, I can do him. Ready?
I know.
Hello, my name is Bean. Bean. Have you heard of this one? Little Britain. You probably haven't.
What's the one with the little boy in the back of the car? He's like, "Hello, Dad," or whatever, and he's like, I don't know, and it's like the clay, and it's like a clay animation, and the kid. And
Oh,
like,
that's Angry Kid.
That
That's Angry Kid.
Angry Kid, that's it.
That's the one I told you about.
I find that funny. I love that. It's funny. It's really funny.
What's a wanker? Well, it's not a very nice word to say. I know, but what is it? See, my mates at school, yeah, said it was someone that was just wanking, and it makes you go blind.
Yep, that's a wanker. Yep.
Not gonna lie, that actually played back then on TV, like on in the UK. But I was at a young age, so I didn't really watch it, but I do remember it though, big time, because we had it like on a ripped DVD, because I remember a lot of ripped DVDs being ripped, so they were all full qualities, but. You know when you're watching an awful quality bad film, you know that it's a premiere film. You watch them for free.
Kinda.
Yes.
I know. I go to this website. I forgot the name of the website. I go on my iPad, and I can watch brand new movies for free. And it's a kind of I want to say illegal, but I don't really know if it's illegal. So
It's definitely not legal.
Like I watched the Sonic movie. I watched the Sonic Hedgehog movie 5 days before it actually came out into theater.
Oh yeah, I did that for a few films. I mean, I even did it for.
Yeah,
I mean,
HBO Live or whatever can do that.
I even do it for. I use it for quite a few APK apps. Like, well, I use one actually, which I managed to watch a few films a few days before they came out in cinema. And it was absolutely fantastic, you know. But like, even though it's wrong to do this, because you're not giving the profit out to the film industry.
It's so wrong, but it's so good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually staying up to date with Family Guy and The Simpsons. The same time it's been shown in America. Because obviously here in the UK it's a few days. It's about a few weeks behind. And obviously, with all these bots uploading Family Guy content on YouTube, they always upload in like the very latest episode of the Family Guy episodes. And it's just...
But they're still making Family Guy, right?
Yes. It's been renewed for 2 seasons. Like 2 new seasons, so it's not ending there. But I think South Park has ended, for the way people are saying. Because there's been a pandemic special and the vaccination special, which I only watched one so far.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I mean I knew that they made something like that. I actually haven't seen things like that.
And I'm also watching
But
Superstore.
Superstar?
Superstore.
What is it like? What is it like about? Like Target versus Walmart?
No, it's based in a shop called Cloud9. It's a good show. I'm actually enjoying that one. But yeah, I'm actually enjoying quite a few shows, to be honest myself. There's quite a few decent ones out there.
I've been really getting into. I mean, I've always been an anime, but so you know how there's types of animes, right? There's like fantasy anime. There's an anime called There's a type of anime called slice of life. It's just like realistic or no, it's just anime shows that like it's like non fan. It's like a non-fiction book, you know, like it didn't actually happen, but it could happen. Things called harem animes. It's just about.
Of course.
And there's always that one guy that's surrounded by a bunch of sexy hot girls.
Lol.
I've been getting into so much of those animes.
Of course, Joey. Of course.
Well, I'm 14 and just I love anime.
Yes. Good animes out now, which I guess we have to probably talk a bit more about TV shows throughout the series, to be honest, or well, throughout the podcast, to be honest. Because I think I'm gonna have to leave this episode here for episode 2. I mean,
All right.
I mean, it's a bit disappointing that Queen had to leave halfway throughout the show. So thank you for Queen for coming along for the second episode. Did you have fun for this episode, Joey?
I had fun because it's kind of like a little. It's for me. It's like making a little bit of a return because you and me, I used to be part of the show back then. Me and you were kind of like you and me were the owners of the original Autistic YT podcast back in the beginning of 2019 when you first released Spectrum Radio, and I just thought it was cool to make a return, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, this has definitely been pretty chilled, which I can't wait to do more episodes with you throughout the show. Which I'll have to try and actually make a lot of episodes out of this series, to be honest. But yeah, appreciate everyone listening to this episode. If you aren't been listening to this episode on YouTube, show your support by leaving a like. And if you're new to my channel on YouTube, then be sure to be sure to hit that subscribe button. Or if you're listening to it on Spotify, then be sure to follow the podcast, Alexo. Because I'm going to be bringing out a new episode every week, like so every Friday, at 6 p.m, like so. But yeah, this has been the introduction of me, your host, the Autistic YT, co-host Joey, and of course, second co-host Queen. And I appreciate everyone listening for this podcast. Thanks for listening.